Oh.
Hello.
Who is this?
Oh.
Half a brain.
Oh.
And how are we today, gentlemen? That sounded like a Peter Griffin scream just then. No. No. I've been beaten by my sister.
It's just
Help me. Help me.
just
Help
one of
me.
those.
She's sitting on me. Shit.
It's a domestic. Someone call for.
Hi, buddy.
Somebody stole some shit from my stuff. And
Yeah,
I'm not
take my
impressed.
headphones off. You
Who
can
is
talk
it?
to my American friends.
Who is it?
I don't know.
American. Oh my.
Ow! I
It's
am
the second
offended.
time he's done that.
I know.
Ow.
We're gonna have to fucking drown him.
Okay, you
Yeah.
can drown him. I give you permission to do that.
Money and the Black Wolf. Money, where are we?
Where are we?
We're in
we
Canada.
are in. Oh yeah, we're in Canada first and foremost.
Canada. Well, that's close to America. Ah, shit!
No, no, it is
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
I'm gonna get you my food before Lila eats, so see you on.
Right, okay. Bye.
You can go back to your gay with your lesbians.
It's like telling the Scottish are British.
Yeah, well, they
Destroy.
literally
That's
are.
like saying the Irish are British.
I mean, come on, what's
And
the
they
difference?
fucking hate that. They'll car bomb you for that shit.
Okay, now question, my Canadian friends, where are we?
Time.
Tyne.
Same place we do all our crafting. And probably will for the foreseeable future.
I'm being
No, I know I don't
deployed.
do it here.
I was
Yeah.
I've been so fucking busy today. We had to help my auntie move house.
Oh, that's why she came over with KFC yesterday then. It was fucking bribery.
Yep, it was straight up bribery and it worked.
I don't think I do.
So, are we tanks?
No, we're doing other stuff. Money.
Yeah.
Would you like to know what it costs to make one processed construction material?
No. How much?
What it takes 3 normal like construction materials and 20 components to make
Per single?
per single processed construction material.
Holy shit.
And then it takes 3 processed construction materials to make 1 pipe.
So, where are you guys in time?
Running around from our little base around town.
And where? Oh, there you are, Money. I saw you just a second. Money? Oh, there's Money. He's running around the building. Oh, there he is. Money, where are we?
Where are you?
You're running away from me. Money,
I don't know what you're talking
please. Money, please come back.
Never catch me.
Hang on, I gotta shut the door because apparently I'm making too much noise.
I'm heading over to Blackwood, where I assume he is.
The same place that I've been for the last like day and a half. Yep.
Oh yeah. Heading over to see how his bases are coming.
Right, okay, I am back. So what tools do I need to gather scrap? I think it's a sledgehammer, isn't it?
You want a lodge, do you? Or screw?
I don't know, what are you guys doing?
Bashing my brains against a fucking wall and hopefully, like, hoping it yields results.
I'm helping smash his head into the wall by grabbing it and just toss it.
Money's my smashing assistant.
Smash buddy.
Grabs me by the back of the head and make sure I hit the wall full force.
I'll drop kick you straight.
Because I'm at the town hall where you spawn, so which way do I have to go?
If you look on the map, alright. You can scoop it. You learn Logi or what?
Yeah, if you're wanting to do Logi, look for a little screw on the map. And then you go there with a
Little
sledgehammer and a truck, and you fucking bash things and put it in the truck until the truck's full, and then you put it in the refinery. If you're just here to visit, then come to the golden triangle on your compass.
I accidentally
Which
drew the bicycle into the bunker.
Northwest-ish. You did what now?
I put the bicycle in the bunker.
Oh, that's okay. We'll take the wheels off of it, and we'll hook it up to like the back wheel up to an alternator, and then we can take turns fucking charging power. Which would be a really cool thing if you could do it in this game.
I like the inside, the interior. You got a lot of upgrades in here. I can see.
Yeah. The stairs are the only, like the stairway in the back's the only like huge fuck up for that. But
Let me see. Long as everything are nice.
have you found us yet?
Not yet. I'm obviously looking for something because I can see
Go
Hush.
northwest of town.
Northwest.
We're that lonely bunker base. And the northwest road on the left.
Because I'm on the side street from the main road.
Just go northwest on your compass, and you will see a golden fucking arrow pop up at some point, and that is me.
Right.
Come to me. Just head northwest on your compass, though.
Yep. Heading northwest.
If you hit the border, you've gone too far.
A good way to put it is we're the bunker base. If you're at the town base, we're directly west of that.
There is a tank inside of a wooden box here. Just a perfectly built tank.
Oh, yeah, there's tons around you.
And it's been fenced off.
Okay, so if you're on the road and you're seeing that,
no, it's like out on the outskirts of the road. I'm near the railway line heading to Hush.
Oh yeah, you're head if you go on your map, it's south. It's the bunker base south.
Bunker base south.
From where you probably are. South of that intersection, if that's where you were.
has a golden thing not popped up on your compass yet?
I found a railway. There's a truck here for some reason. It's locked. It's a half track.
Money, can you do me a favor and just go find him, please?
That's locked as
Yeah.
well. Do you know where the loop is? The railway loop?
They don't show up on maps, bro.
Are you sure? They're like the black lines.
Big one or
Oh.
small?
The big one. There's a loop, and I'm in time.
Okay. Go. Hold on.
Oh, I see it.
Square
that really
3.
weird loop.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Point yourself west.
Head
Turn
west.
15. Yeah. Point yourself west. Head like 15 to 20 degrees to the south from pointing west, and you're gonna basically like run into us.
I see that tank. Is that a tank? No. I'm at the circle, but yeah, just head west from there. In the really weird railway west.
Okay, I found a road with a railway next to it, and
Okay,
there's a
now
sign that says
look at
"Come."
your compass. Look up at the top of where your compass is in the top right.
Yes, I'm pointing west.
Do you see the golden arrow on your compass?
Yes, I see the golden arrow.
Come to the golden arrow. Follow it. It is your god.
Okay, fair enough. It's like the golden compass. Also, I like the sign, "Come powered facility."
Yeah, those guys are gone. They're not here anymore.
Oh,
It
what?
doesn't look they are. Move.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, gotta go in through the gate.
Yep, fair enough. Why is there an armored car here?
Can't walk because it's mine.
Do you want me to bring it into the base?
If you want.
I can't, it's locked.
Oh, right. So yeah, I'll grab it and get it then. I was using it to transport explosives to fix a whoopsie.
Alright, so I am now here.
Yeah. There's literally nothing to do here. So.
No?
No.
Alright.
Nobody has built anything but me, and I would much rather keep it that way. Because I don't know how to build everything yet, and I don't want to miss out on knowledge, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. So what do we got here? We got a production facility for salvage. We have...
Actually, hold on. I might actually have a job for you.
We have a diesel refinery. Because I've got a sledgehammer, and I have a radio and a sapper gear equipped.
The fucking guy who was shooting the truck, he's asking me for help. He's like, I can't use this crane. I've restricted myself.
So wait, how do you find the nodes for resources? Oh, that's right, I don't have them highlighted. That's why I can't fucking see them.
Factory.
Component field.
What we need is the not resources.
The not resources.
Yeah, the ones that look like a nut that you'd put on a bolt.
Oh, yeah.
We need a bunch of those.
Right.
And by a bunch of those, I mean
a lot. Okay.
Enough that, like, it actually makes me regret doing what I'm doing now.
Right, I can see where they are. I shall go grab some.
Yeah, if you can find any, that would be fantastic.
There's some northwest of here.
Refilling the fucking diesel place here, and then
if you could
so that it can keep cooking construction meds.
There's some vehicles out here. If someone could give me like a wrench or something to unlock them, that would be great.
Vehicles where?
There's a couple of vehicles here in out near the salvage field for the screw parts.
No, we don't need screws. We need the bolts.
Oh, bolts. Oh.
Yeah, like the nut that goes on the bolt. It's like a hexagon thing with a circle in the middle.
Yeah, that's where I am. That's where I am.
Really?
Yes.
Why are people commending me? I did that by accident.
What did you do?
I accidentally put wrenches in the town hall. I just realized I wanted to put it in our base.
Am I doing anything?
And maintenance supply.
Components in node remaining 0 out of 167.
Where are you? You're just north of us, I take it?
Northwest.
Right to the north one?
Northwest. Yeah. There's a lot of equipment here.
Come back down towards the thing here.
Right, heading back southeast. Personal stockpile for Con, Nick, and Lynn of Mercy. Please do not submit unless you want to donate.
Okay, I don't know where you are exactly.
I'm heading
I think
back.
he's at the component field.
I'm on the road here. I just heard you open the gate.
I'm
here.
To the road. Oh. Oh, there you are.
Get in the truck. You have a hammer on you, like a sledgehammer?
Yes, I have a sledgehammer.
Awesome. That saves us some time then.
You know what they should add to the game is permanent mines where you can just, like, open cut mines where you can just go into certain areas and just mine the shit out of it. And the, mine restores after a certain amount of time.
That's exactly what those, like, where you harvest the nodes there, that's exactly what it does. The only issue is you get the fucking Russian clans of fucking 35 guys that go in there with a train that has 40 fucking cars on it, and they mine every single fucking node. And nobody else gets anything else, gets any.
Yeah, they're twice.
They're pieces of fucking garbage. Like, we should have just bombed them all during the Cold War.
I don't think it would have made any difference, if I'm being honest.
What, if we nuked the entirety of Russia?
Yeah, I don't think it would have mattered.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Also, who the fuck
They
built
do
this
drink a lot of
railway?
alcohol, so I don't know, a retard.
It's just, whenever I see unorganized railway networks, my OCD kicks in. My autism is just going into full overdrive, looking at it going, you could have done this so much better.
Oh, you shouldn't have told me that. I'm
Why?
gonna give you a stroke after. Like, I'm literally gonna cause you to just start bleeding from the eyeballs. Because there's a game that I play where literally the whole point of it is to make, like, a railway network. And mine works, but it's fucking atrocious. So now I'm gonna show it to you, and you're gonna literally have a brain aneurysm.
I will be the judge, clearly.
You work at a train place. You know more about trains than I do.
I mean, you should see the fact that there's two sorts of engineering, if not three, just for the railway tracks themselves, is saying something of how complex the whole system is.
And yet, a bunch of fucking retards built a goddamn rail network that spans North America.
Yep.
And they did it without computers. They did it with, like, sticks as measuring devices.
Yeah.
And a lot of Chinese labor.
Oh yeah, same here in Australia, except at least they had some competent engineers, quote unquote, even if they all wanted to go with their own separate railway networks.
Yeah. I think that's the issue in England too, and like why it's so kind of fucked up in England is because they had however many different guys designing different fucking railway systems and
Yes.
like different fucking not track designs, but like track layouts.
Yeah, well,
and they all started their own, and then they had to amalgamate them all fucking together.
Yes, pretty much.
Okay, there we go.
It was the Standardization Act. It basically forced every private operator in the UK to switch to one single railway and loading gauge, and they kicked and screamed about it for like 50 years.
See, our guys up like in North America, they were smart. Because like they had to, fucking do it literally across the fucking continent. So like they were smart, but they were corrupt as fuck.
Yeah, that's like the oxymoron. It's like you get good people, but they're dumb as a fucking brick. You get smart people, and they're evil as hell.
Yeah.
God, but no, put it this way, right? The largest railway gauge I've seen is 7'1".
What are you talking about, railway gauge? Like width of the track?
Yeah, the width of one rail to the other.
7.5 feet?
7.25.
Goddamn.
And there's a railway.
Why?
There's a railway in the UK that actually still uses that gauge.
For what?
It's tourism.
Possible purpose.
Tourism. That's purely it. It is a museum. They have four for 8.5, but they still have 7-foot gauge running dual. Like, the 4 for 8.5 runs inside of the 7-foot gauge.
Like,
here in Australia, it's worse.
I'm I'm confused as to what guy went, yeah,
Brunel.
7.25 feet.
Brunel.
Good, cool.
Originally, he wanted 8 feet or 10 feet, and
again, for what? Why?
So they could send more stuff on more like bigger wagons. That was purely
Could you imagine the fucking train engine that you'd have to pull that bitch, though?
Yeah, in fact, you should have seen the early, like, 1850s and 1860s locomotives that were on 7-foot gauge. They were giant compared to literally everything else in the UK. Seriously, like, one of the driving wheels on one of the like, early engines was about half the height of an average person.
Legit, like, the biggest train thing that I've even just seen pictures of, like, haven't even actually seen, is the fucking Gustav gun there that Germany built, and even that's just like why? Why put it on a train?
I mean, well, even then they had to build like railway tracks for it to move on because it sat on, if I remember correctly, 4 flatbeds, and it had to have 4 tracks in front of it to move it.
All I know is that they'd fill the tank, move it 30 feet, and fill the tank back up because it was empty.
Well, I should mention they did end up using the Gustav gun once before they, shelved it, because it was too much of a pain in the ass to keep it maintenance.
Yeah, I don't know, fucking...
Essentially what happened is they fired 5 shells at the city of Athens during the Second World War, and it caused the entirety of the Greek army to surrender in the city, because they didn't want to have to deal with that.
It caused me to fucking surrender, too.
And here's the thing, it was pretty bloody accurate. It actually managed to hit them, like, several times.
Dude, it didn't need to be accurate. It launched a goddamn Volkswagen.
I mean, the shell height is roughly about 5'8", 5'9", and about, what, the average circumference of an average man. That's how big these shells are. But no, in South Australia, where I'm from, we had 3 separate railway engineers. One of them was English, one's Scottish, and one's Irish. The Irish guy, right, wanted to go with either 5 foot or 5'3" or 5'6" as the railway gauge, and he decided to go on 5'3" because 50-50 option.
I have to murder myself. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
If you just keep smashing at that shit and filling up the box. Yeah, I forgot a lot of stuff.
Can do.
Oh, that's just a shadow with a fucking crane. I thought I was swimming over a submarine for a second.
And then, of course, the English engineer that was hired, he came from the mines in private sort of contractor work, and also working for the colonial officers in the, British territories, essentially. Because Britain, even though they passed the Standardization Act for 4 for 8.5 inside the UK, everything outside of the UK could do whatever the hell they liked.
Yeah, I don't know what exactly ours are here, but...
America is all 4 for 8.5, but the loading
We're
gauge...
Canadian.
Well, North American, right, is 4 for 8.5. Canada, if I remember correctly, originally went with 4 for 8.5, much like the UK did, which was, again, a smart decision for Canada. However, unlike like the South, for instance, in America. You know how everyone else we know is usually from sort of, lower from most of our other American friends who aren't from Canada. America had the interesting problem of having 3-foot gauge, 4 feet and a half, and a bucket load of different types of broad gauge.
Well, I know that, like, when the Civil War ended, they basically ripped out all the railways in the South and fucking rebuilt them.
Yeah, because all the railways in the South used 3-foot gauge. Whereas all the ones in the North decided to go with the 4 feet and a half option. But again, the other problem was that everyone had their own loading gauge because they went with whatever they felt like at the time was necessary.
It boggles me that they didn't go, like, 4 feet on the dot or 5 feet on the dot.
Well,
No, it's gotta be
originally,
4 feet, 8.5 inches. Like,
originally George Stephenson wanted to go with 5-foot gauge. And so he asked his engineer friends if that would work, and they said no, because the engines won't go around the corners properly. So he said, well, why not make it 4'8" or 4'9"? And they tried that, and they said, no, we need to go with that 8.5 inches of wiggle room so it can go around a corner better. So that's what they settled
that
on.
literally, like, that makes no sense to me whatsoever.
I know, but back then apparently it did. Another argument, right, that a lot of railways used, because a lot of the early ones were still horse-drawn railways in the 50s or 1850s and 1860s. So
Yeah.
the argument was, with broad gauge, you could have multiple horses alongside of each other on broad gauge, whereas on standard gauge and narrow, you had to have one horse in front of the other. So a lot of railways went with the whole, width of a horse's ass argument.
I'm gonna have to fucking hit Google.
Mind you, though,
Facilities is a bitch.
What's that?
Facilities is a bitch.
Yeah.
But I should also mention the first railways in, I think, North America wasn't in Canada, but it was actually in Boston for the first time, when the first railway actually came to America, essentially. And it was owned by an aristocrat who worked in the US government. I can't remember his name. And he used it as an attraction for his mates at the time. And he would charge people to go on the train, but unfortunately it was notorious for derailing because the guy had been over to the UK and saw all the railways and industrial output there, that they were, all the success they were having with early railways, and he thought, oh, I'm going to take that idea back with me to the United States. And
didn't know how to do it, I bet.
No. In fact, the first time they started, working on that sort of stuff, the engines had lots and lots and lots and lots of errors. So, in their infinite wisdom, they brought several UK engineers over in the 1850s and 1840s and 50s, and they essentially stayed there for about 15 years before they went back to the UK because they thought the American railways was a lost cause.
Oh.
However, thankfully, the railway infrastructure in Canada didn't catch up until much, 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 much later. And by that time, Canada, federated into like sort of one state or federation of loose sort of corporations, because you had the Hudson Bay Company and all that.
Oh yeah.
Which thankfully all of them had gone with 4 feet and a half, and they decided to stick with that. And they didn't go with the British loading gauge. They decided to go with the sort of North American loading gauge that everyone would sort of come to know and love. Which again is a little bit of another problem here in Australia, because we had a mix between both sort of standards. Also, the container is full, by the way.
Give him a minute. He might be smoking a joint.
No, okay, yeah, no, it's not. For these over here, if you look, if you open up the crate,
Oh.
you right click and then submit to stockpile. You don't fill that that left hand resource container side.
Oh.
So it can actually hold 5,000 resources.
Oh. Oh. Transfer stack. Submit to resource pile. Submit.
Yeah, if you right click it, it'll say like submit to stockpile, and then
Oh.
directly underneath, it'll say submit to stockpile all.
Right, so I was doing it wrong. Lovely.
Yeah. Well, if you put it in the side you were putting it in, you can't actually package the crate up. It'll tell you this, like, you can't do it.
Oh. Right, okay.
So you gotta submit it all to stockpile, and then you can actually...
I was wondering why it wasn't loading in. Oh well, lesson learned.
Yep. It took me a second, like, when I popped back on to figure out how to do it again, too.
But no, where was I? Right, with the railways. The Australian state, South Australia, where I'm from, had 3'6" as its narrow, 4 for 8.5 as the standard gauge, and it had 5'3" as the broad gauge. And put it simply, right, if you wanted to go from one state to another, say you're in Western Australia and you want to go to New South Wales or Queensland, you've got to go all the way on a 2-foot or 2'6" gauge railway all the way to a place called Kalgoorlie, which is near the border of Western Australia to South Australia. You then go from...
And then swap over.
Yeah, you swap over to the 4 for 8.5, and then you go all the way from there to Port Augusta, which is halfway, you know, essentially halfway across the country. You then go down south towards a place called Port Pirie on a 3'6" train. You then go from Port Pirie on a 5'3" train all the way into Adelaide, where I'm from. You then go from Adelaide to Melbourne on another 5'3" train called the Overland, which is the express service that goes from the two cities. And then you then you go on the 5'3" to the border of New South Wales. You get off. You take
Sorry, 1 second.
You go first.
Money, are you doing anything right now?
No, I'm not.
If you can grab a flatbed and bring another resource container to it's fucking the Basin Synac, whatever the fuck there. The far right-hand side component field.
Oh, you guys are component.
Yeah, we're getting components right now. So what I'm going to do is load this one up and drive it back to our fucking base. And I'm going to leave Mr. Half-a-Brain here to continue to mine. And then once you get here with the box, fill that one up too. And just dump it all into that fucking... that one building there that I just built that I can't remember the goddamn name of to save my fucking life.
Yeah, I'm on my way. I was wondering where you guys were.
I want to be able to build that fucking thing that's going to let us mod the goddamn vehicles.
Oh, by the way, I stole a prototype kit for a Widow.
Sweet.
It was in the flatbed with the resource that I just found.
Well, fuck them. Shouldn't have left it there.
Mm.
Sorry. Anyway, you were saying you go to Adelaide, switch over.
Yeah, you switch over to another 5'3" train. You go from Adelaide to Melbourne, and then you go from Melbourne to the border of Victoria and New South Wales, and then you get off again. You take a 4 for 8.5 engine all the way past the Blue Mountains, which is known as the Zigzag at the time, so it's like 1901. And then you go from the zigzag on the Blue Mountains all the way to New South Wales. You go to Newcastle, then you swap over again to another 4.5 engine, and then you go from there to the border of Queensland, to which you swap over again. And you take a 3.6 engine all the way from Queensland, or all the way from the border of Queensland into Brisbane. Now you want to go to Townsville, so you get off at Brisbane and you take a 2 foot or 2.6 engine all the way from Brisbane to Townsville. And that's about it.
And that's only one way.
Yep, that is
Then
only.
you gotta do it all in reverse.
Yep, then you got to do it all in reverse.
Yeah, fuck that.
Which would take you roughly about 1 to 2 years.
I go the right way. I'm at a component mine with components that no one's taking. Which one were you guys at?
We're at the far fucking left one. What one are you at?
I'm at the auto miner just south of the seaport.
Oh, all right then. Cool. I didn't realize there was anything there.
Yeah, me
So,
too.
what I'll do then, what we'll do, half a brain, is finish filling this fucking thing up.
Yep, and then we'll move
And then
to the next one.
Yeah, I'll get you to jump into the little car beside the truck, and I'll lead you to money. And then, yeah.
Shit, didn't even realize this is.
I am Bender. Please insert girder.
But no, if you're going, say, to Darwin, on the other hand, you're back at Port Augusta, right? You got to take a 3.6 engine all the way from Port Augusta, a different one, and and then you got to go all the way up to Darwin, or not Darwin, Alice Springs, which is halfway through the center of the country. It's like smack bang right in the middle. And then you got to go from Alice Springs all the way on camel, past a gorge, about a quarter of the way up, and then you run into a Chinese workers camp, and then you take another 3.6 engine all the way up to Darwin.
So
Beg
what
your
you're
pardon?
saying is I can't cross your entire country on a fucking railway. I have to jump on a goddamn quadruped and take that part of the way?
Yes, and your tour guides are a bunch of Afghans.
Yeah, fuck that. Unless they're giving me hash, no way in hell am I getting up on a camel.
And then, of course, keep in mind, right, both the Indian Pacific Line and the Great Northern Line, as they're called, right? The Great Northern One's the one from Alice Springs to... Oh, the one from Port Augusta to Darwin, right, which goes through Alice Springs. That's the Northern Line.
Yeah,
The joke is that you start at one end and you retire at the other. That's how long it takes you.
that's nuts.
Well,
I emptied it.
imagine going all the way from one half of the US, right, or Canada, and then you stop at the other end, and that's when you retire.
Yeah, that's, Canada is the third largest country on the planet by land.
You're telling me I can't take the Euro train all the way from Europe to fucking Australia?
Yes,
God damn it.
instead you're gonna have to take a moose halfway through.
So,
Oh, I ain't fucking with those things.
I don't know if you guys, well, you probably not half a brain money. I don't know if you're old enough to fucking remember back in like the late 90s. Some fucking asshole was talking about building a tunnel underneath underneath the Atlantic Ocean.
Oh god.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah,
Oh.
like some fucking bullet train tunnel underneath the fucking Atlantic Ocean to get to Europe and bet. Like, fuck that shit.
That's been an idea.
One goddamn.
That's been an idea for like almost 100 years.
Yeah, but you know what? One goddamn earthquake, and that's it.
hang on.
It's fucking over for you.
Wait, where are y'all anywho? On the map. Northwestern one or southwestern?
We're literally like by lamplight.
Lamplight. You're not in the same hex anymore, are you?
Not in... Yeah, no, we're not in fucking the Tyne Hex, no. Are you in the Tyne Hex?
I am. Oh, you're over there.
Yeah, so if there's components in Tyne, we'll just come back to fucking Tyne.
No. It was you know those like auto miners.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, there's one just south of the seaport. We just grabbed a few, but no, it's empty now. Yeah, I'm on my way. We're not
How many?
refining them, right?
No, we're putting them in. Like we are, but we're not refining them in Tyne.
Yeah.
We're putting them in our special box, or our special fucking smelter. Half a brain. We're gonna fill up the car over here too.
Which one?
If you come over by the truck.
I'm a bit slow. Hang on, I'll dump off my stuff.
No, don't dump you can't dump it in there. That's what I'm saying. That thing's full. So come over here.
Oh, I'm out of breath.
Yeah. Yeah, if you come over here and around the back of the truck, there's that car, like little armored car sitting there. We'll
Yep,
just
yep.
we're gonna fill that up too.
I'll just drop off a resource bin at the base and then come back with another one.
Okay.
There we go. I've transferred all of the garbage. I am now free running.
How many spaces are left in there? Do you know, or did you happen to know?
We have 37 gears and we have 2 spaces left.
Okay.
No, don't unpackage it, you idiot. Alright, how much one's this got? That's got 4K.
Yeah, that's not our box over there. That's that
fine.
other guy's box. Don't add to it.
They're fighting with people down there.
Well, there's another guy here harvesting, and we need the resources probably more than he does. So at least I'm gonna pretend that we do.
You can suck an egg.
Alright, I am very heavy. I am
Are you
laden
full?
with resources.
Are you completely full?
Not yet.
Okay, hold on. Pick those ones up right there.
Right.
Money, did you already come this way and leave?
No, I just dropped off the bin I got from the other component mine.
You want me to jump into the armored car?
Nope. Just mine until you can't mine anymore, and then just kind of sit there for a minute. Money should be there momentarily. Because we're kind of racing assholes, because there's some guy with a fucking train there, so he's gonna screw up everything.
Yeah. Well, at least I know harvester for now.
Yeah, everybody is smashing with hammers, so that is a plus.
And when you get down here, I can show you there's a component mine that's just constantly flowing in components.
Hmm.
You never knew.
One way or another, one of us will be back there in a minute there, Halfbrain.
But yeah. But no, I should also mention at one point the Colonial Office of Australia in about the 1860s requested that the states, or at least obliged the states to switch all of their railway gauges to 3'6" at one point.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, I can't imagine that working out well. Their theory is that it was going to be cheaper and more economical to build the railway, which it kind of is, but when it's a long distance train like it is in Australia, it doesn't really work.
Yeah.
In fact, even today, the metro network in both Victoria and Adelaide, or Melbourne and Adelaide, is still all 5'3". Whereas all the freight services pretty much throughout the country are all 4 for 8.5. If I remember correctly, in Tasmania, Perth, or Hobart, which is the capital of Tasmania, Perth and Brisbane, all of their metro networks use 3'6". But each one of them has their own unique loading gauge, which makes it very hard for standardizing anything.
Yeah, people don't like to work together.
No.
Yeah, I mean, look at this game.
Yeah. This is the the duality of man, the game. Oh, my inventory is
Yeah,
full.
Okay, awesome. Just, yeah, if you go stand by the car there, I will be back in a minute.
I was about to refine them. I was like, oh yeah, now I can finally make some fucking tanks. And I was like, wait a minute.
You can do that too. I won't be offended.
Nah, I want to have the ability to make variants now. It'd be cool.
Mind you, though, I think one of the most hilarious things is that when all the railways in the UK got standardised into one entity, which was British Railways, later British Rail, they built a 210O loco, which was basically this massive mixed freight locomotive that the railways had designed was going to go into preservation because it was their last steam engine, quote unquote, they built. And they didn't expect it to perform as well as it actually did, and was outperforming even the diesel locomotives they had at the time, or even the electric engines. In fact, if I remember correctly, they had an express service going from London to Edinburgh. The train had to stop for about an hour and a half to let the catering services catch up.
Jesus.
Because, it was going so quick and so fast. They couldn't keep up.
You'd think they just send people ahead.
Well, here's the thing. Again, they didn't expect the engines to be as successful as they were, or as efficient as they were. Because again,
Yeah, but like literally, I could understand it happening once, like them having to wait for their fucking guys once. Like, oh fuck, we didn't realize. But after that,
well, apparently they planned the schedule ahead of time, and no one wanted to do the paperwork to fix the problem until everyone
idiots.
started complaining about it. Because it's like, oh, they only have to wait like an hour and a half.
You know what I think I'm gonna have to build next, money?
Hmm?
Is one of those fucking things that are at the scrapyards that you were saying you couldn't get into
Yeah, storage.
in order to fucking dump our stuff out and then easy grab it.
That would be nice.
Once you get back, I'm going to have to log off and go out for my day or afternoon walk, which should take me about an hour and a half. And then I should be back. to do some more lodging.
You taking your chickens for a walk?
No, I usually just go for an hour's walk around the bush and come back. It's my daily exercise essentially.
Yeah, there'd be no way in hell I'd be walking around anywhere in Australia puking.
Not the fucking insects, spiders, and animals. They all got over.
It's not as bad as long as you follow the bitumized roads. Just got to watch out for
No,
idiots and kangaroos and
it's
snakes.
horrible. Yes.
Oh, there
Oh,
you
I'm
are.
here, by the way.
Snake, spider. Oh, you're over by Half Brain there?
Yeah.
Awesome, yeah, if you want to
You can
unload
give
the
me your
container.
sledgehammer if you
Yep.
aren't gonna use.
Give me a moment. I have a radio and that specialist gear, but I can't take it off. No, that's not what I want to do. I would like to drop item and drop item. Right, so I shall exit
Can
game.
you drive that little car back to time before you go?
I just exited the game.
Oh,
He's
okay,
gone.
no worries, never mind.
All right,
We're
I'll
good.
see you guys when I get back after my
Yep.
walk.
Mhm.